After almost 2 months of waiting, I finally got called in for my service appointment to fix all the delivery issues, which I covered in my last video up here. And yes, 2 months is a long time, but I was waiting for my local Winchester branch to open, as when I logged the issues on delivery day all the way back in the beginning of December, my nearest service center was all the way up in London. I didn't want to drive that far with all the lockdown restrictions. I was much happier to be put on a waiting list for somewhere more local. So finally last week, I got a text telling me that all the parts had arrived to repair my Tesla and to book an appointment as soon as possible in the app. And I have to say, using the Tesla app to book an appointment is extremely easy. You just hop inside the app, you can go down to servicing, and then you can pick the categories or all the issues that you have, from interior to exterior to charging or battery. And you can take photos and you can describe the faults. So you're not having to do it over the phone or email. You can very easily show the problem within the app. Though I do wish that they let you upload videos. Then on the next page, you can choose where you want to have your car serviced or if mobile servicing is offered, which unfortunately for me, it wasn't due to the paint issues that I had. But if you have just generic cosmetic issues with the car, they will send someone out in a van to fix it on your driveway. But for me, I picked my local service center. You can see the earliest appointment that you can get, and you can pick the date and time straight within the app, and it will book it right then and there. Then a few hours later, I got a call from a Tesla service advisor who went through all the issues, mentioning the seat cover and the badge and the other issues that I had with the door trim and infotainment, and that they'd all be covered on the appointment. So now it's the day of my service appointment, so I head on the motorway up to Winchester, and when I arrived, I parked up the car and headed on in. It was all very COVID safe inside with no stand zones, hand sanitizer and social distancing. And there were two lovely ladies working. I went up to them, told them I had a 10 o'clock appointment. I dropped off my keys, which are a little bit different for a Tesla, as they're a debit card looking thing. And I was told to expect around 2 to 3 hours for my appointment to be finished. So I went on a walk. If my appointment was going to be finished earlier, I was told to expect a text or an alert through the app saying that my car was ready. And after 2 hours of walking around the local park, I was way too cold to be outside any longer and headed back to the warmth of the waiting area. But then when I arrived, I saw that my Tesla Model 3 was already outside waiting to be picked up. Yet in the app, it still said it was being serviced. So I asked the lady at the desk and she said it had just come out and she'll get everything sorted. So, did I get everything that was wrong with my Tesla Model 3 fixed? Well, no. So let's go through everything. Firstly, the interior door trim has been fixed compared to where it was before, where it was sagging down. They fixed it, took it off, replaced it, and I'm happy about that. Next up, the front Tesla badge was replaced. It's all now shiny and new and looks a lot better than it did before, which is brilliant. Thirdly, the infotainment and software crashes that I was having. Now, this is an odd one because I noticed that the crashes were being caused by the USB thumb drive that Tesla gave me for Sentry mode. And when I took it out, all the problems I was having with the car just stopped happening. When I spoke to the engineers at the service center, they said it's counted as a third-party accessory, and for the best thing for me to try is a different USB stick. So I've got something else in the car at the minute, and I'll make sure to report back if I still have the issues. Fourthly, the body damage was all recognized. The door sill dent, the paint chip on the bonnet, and the small scuffs on the front driver's side bumper. They promised that a repair would be done once they had a body shop on site, or I could take it all the way up to London Heathrow and leave it overnight to be fixed. But with everything going on at the minute, I've just decided to wait once again. But after all those things being fixed, it all came down to my biggest issue, the rear passenger seat, which was exactly the same. Yet being promised at delivery and on the phone a few days before my appointment that the cover had come in and it would be replaced. I was told by the service rep that the issue that I had been referred to engineering and that they were blocked from ordering the part as it was a known issue. So I was told I was going to have to wait a few months more for new seat covers to come in to get the repair. And to be honest, I was frustrated to say the least, especially as this was the main reason that I brought the car in. And I had been told on 2-3 occasions prior that I would be having the seat cover fixed in this appointment. They were very apologetic for the breakdown in communication and promised to have the issue fixed when I bring it in for the body shop appointment later in the year. And yeah, it is an eyesore, but it's cosmetic at the end of the day. And if by waiting I get a more resilient seat cover, especially as it is the white seats, I can't complain too much. I just wish they told me prior to me dropping off the car so I could taper my expectations. Otherwise, pickup was smooth and I drove it right home with no issues. And there was nothing to pay as it was all covered by the warranty. But that's kind of expected. Make sure to hit subscribe. Tell me your experiences with the Tesla Service Center. Cheers.